I always feel so tall on this thing.
Oh. Yeah, I get to drive a company vehicle now.
No.
Yeah, which is nice.
You're rolling.
It's one of the Nissan kind of long van.
A Sprinter van.
It's kind of their version of a Sprinter van, but not as tall.
Yeah, that's what our trucks have. Yeah.
But the cab, I just feel like there's 10 feet of headroom for me, and I'm not a tall person, shocker.
We've got headroom.
But I mean, it's a lot, where I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm not that tiny either. You know, it's like, the plane up in here.
Hervey Villages.
Yeah.
Mike Moskowitz as Hervey Villages.
Yes.
As Angela Lansbury. As
visiting.
Tattoo.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, too bad they weren't concurrent or whatever, because did Angela Lansbury as her character from Murder, She Wrote ever end up on
No, I don't think
Fantasy
so.
Island?
That would be awesome.
Yeah, because it's her fantasy to not experience a murder mystery.
To have a week where there's nobody
where there's no murdered. Yeah.
You know, and it's, with all those murder mystery shows, you would think at some point there would have been like a Scooby-Doo crossover.
Yeah,
and there never was.
Yeah.
Although,
how long was she
or an
on?
Investigation of Angela Lansbury.
Yeah, how long was she on? How many? Many
I think
seasons,
quite a few.
right?
Yep. That's a lot of dead.
And every week there was somebody that was murdered.
Yeah.
What the hell? I'm never going to Cabot Cove.
Yeah,
you know where Cabot
Who's the
Cove
real
is,
problem,
actually?
Angela?
It's actually Universal Studios. It's on the other side of the pond where Jaws comes up.
No, well that explains it.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's really funny because if you watch the videos of Jaws coming up, if you look directly across the way and there's those buildings back there,
there's Angela like commanding Jaws.
She's she's over there like
the Sea Witch. Angela Lansbury as Sea Witch.
Yeah. But I learned that when I went to Universal Studios a couple years back.
So that beach is an actual beach of the ocean, right? It's not a studio.
No, it's a pool.
Oh.
Yeah.
In the movie Jaws, they're actually in upstate New York, but in like the tour for Universal Studios, where the pond.
So it wasn't filmed at Universal Studios, sort of.
Not Jaws, no.
Okay.
The ride, the tram ride that you take, the tour, goes past that lake, and that's where they have the Jaws come up. And on the other side of where you get splashed by the water of the shark is where they filmed Murder, She Wrote.
All right.
Man.
Yeah.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Wait, Jaws was filmed in upstate New York?
No, I think it was like Montauk or something, right? Like,
Isn't that New York?
I don't know.
Well, it's New York, but not upstate. New York.
Oh, gotcha.
I think it's down like Long Island.
It's not like New York City. It's like the vacation spot in New York
it's like
State.
Martha's Vineyard.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
Martha's
All right.
Vineyard. That's where they film.
Do they say that? So they're not saying it's California or whatever?
No, it's supposed to be there.
Oh, geez, there you go. All right.
I think it's a fictional town.
Yeah, it's a fictional
on
town, but
Long Island, and it's more blue collar than Martha's Vineyard.
They filmed in Martha's Vineyard for all the shit with in the first movie.
Yeah, that's
It was the sequels that they did. They came to California and stuff.
Yeah.
For like SeaWorld and shit.
Yeah.
Well, hey, everybody.
Well, hey, yeah, what's going on?
I played the music, but they weren't paying
Back
attention.
to the bonus round
Hello.
of our Halloween spooktacular this week, and we've already talked a lot about candy because what is Halloween but candy,
I know.
right? So we're going to do our top 5 favorite Halloween candies, and I'm sure we're going to overlap quite a bit. But at the same time, we'll compare them with the top candies as voted on by probably Reader's Digest or something.
Yes, in these United States.
In these United States. So, who wants to kick us off with their number 5 favorite Halloween candy?
I can go, I guess. My number 5 was Butterfinger.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's my number 4.
Right on. Now, that's one of my all-time favorite candies, so I didn't put that down here because it's not just Halloween for me.
That's one that I would specifically look for when I was like when I went to like summer camp and you have your money for like the snack bar. I would always buy like a Butterfinger.
Right on, another guy.
Yeah. It is a specific Halloween for me. I wouldn't buy it, but I would enjoy it. I don't like to eat like if I got a whole bunch of them, it wouldn't be my favorite. But having one or two, is great.
Oh man, I would.
Yeah, no, I
get
would power through them.
I would I would buy the king size ones. And
Yeah.
just
They're good, man. Yeah, that and chicken sticks, right?
Yeah, that's what they're made from, right?
Well,
The same-
they're very similar anyway. So
But
yeah,
the chicken sticks don't have like the chocolate
there's
covering.
no chocolate. Yeah. So you can just be mainline.
I was going to
that
ask
shit.
if anyone remember what
No
the other
chicken
stuff was.
stick.
It was
that?
the innards
Oh, they
of
come-
a Butterfinger. Is
Basically,
that
yeah,
brown,
maybe.
that light brown
Yeah,
crap.
whatever
It's
that
not
stuff is. Yeah, the Butterfinger
buttery,
stuff. Yeah,
Fourteen
it's
or
gonna-
whatever.
Yeah,
whatever it's called. But that's what chicken
Yeah.
sticks was. It was essentially it was round. It was like that big around.
Yeah.
Oh, I know
And
what
it
you're
had
talking about.
no chocolate covering. That
Yeah.
was the only difference. Otherwise, they
You've got
tasted
the
exactly the
innards.
same.
You're going straight for the guts.
Yeah.
I like to have the chocolate.
Yeah, did I tell you about the tragic members of my family who died in a nougat mine collapse?
What?
What year was that, Mike?
That was 1812, sir. Back in the old country. Mining nougat, one of the hazards of Halloween.
So dumb.
Yeah, who sings for the nougat miners?
This program. Why are you here? My number 5.
We should make this. We should make this bonus episode a free one for people.
Oh, people.
Oh, people, they deserve it. My number 5 is a Three Musketeers, light as
Oh,
air.
geez. Yeah, nice.
That is my number 3.
Jeez.
Nice,
Guys,
yeah.
I did have one here
Oh.
at the Rent Civic Theater not too long ago.
Sorry,
week I had one.
because I was going to do this. Butterfinger not on the list of top in the U.S.
Really?
Three Musketeers also not on the top.
Interesting.
So-
And are the tops for favorites or that for
Favorites,
favorite
yeah.
Halloween?
Is this like of all time or just this year?
This one came out, I think, like 2022.
Okay.
Voted on, and I don't remember what magazine. I think it was like Reader's Digest or Forbes.
It's like Mars, M&M Mars corporate magazine.
So yeah, the first one's not on the list. Three Musketeers, good. It's like a Milky Way without the caramel, right?
Yeah, yep.
It's that nougat that
And-
Mike's family's
Yes,
famous for mining.
it's dangerous. But I prefer those in bite size
Oh yeah,
because they're super sweet.
Yeah.
super duper.
Yeah, trying to do a
just a
king
little
size
bit
or
of that is
something.
fine. Oh, it's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot of sweet.
yeah,
it really is.
That's kind of me
Even
and the
for me.
Butterfinger too, because all that
It gets stuck in
Butterfinger gets stuck
the
in there.
chasms of my teeth.
Yeah,
But I went bougie a few years back, and I now have a water pick, so I'm not afraid of you, Butterfinger.
bring it on, Butterfinger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Butterfinger had better commercials than Three Musketeers too.
Yeah, I mean, they had Bart Simpson for like nearly a decade, I think.
Yeah,
Right?
you've
Don't lay a
arrived.
finger on my Butterfinger, right?
Yeah, it's
and the Three
threatening.
Musketeers was like the floating because it was so light and airy,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So dumb.
Didn't it in,
I mean,
in the early days? Didn't they have the actual Three Musketeers in it?
I think they probably.
I feel like
did,
it did, yeah, like
Yeah.
back further. Yeah, remember, you can roll a Rolo to your pal. It's chocolate covered chewy caramel. It's like ads for candy on national television. You know what I mean? It's like
They don't do that
how
anymore.
quaint. Yeah, no, they can't afford it.
Oh, they do like Skittles and stuff.
Do they still?
Well,
All right,
I haven't
well, good.
seen one.
No, I haven't seen one in a minute.
Yeah.
I've seen them in comics.
Taste the
though.
rainbow. I mean,
Rainbow.
actually, the last time I heard that phrase was somebody posted a
And
picture of
Rothschilds. Not now. I'm right in the middle of a Rothschilds. And there's like pirates attacking the rich guy
Rothschild?
ships. Yeah, they're like these
Yeah.
candies. Almost like a Werther's or whatever, like a
But
hard
it's
candy.
Isn't it a chocolate?
I think
around
so.
it?
Yeah, man. I need to track
Yeah.
those down. Rothschilds.
Yeah.
They had a great ad campaign though.
Yeah.
Just like it was the. It
I'm
was
trying
the,
to
do you have
remember,
any
like,
great
the-
coupon of candy.
Oh my God, those
thinking of that
commercials. Grey Poupon and the Where's the Beef label.
Yeah.
Pulling up in my.
I remember my
Rolls Royce.
parents buying Grey Poupon because of those dumb commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah, thinking they were fancy.
I'm
got
not a
the
big.
fancy
I
mustard.
prefer
And,
yellow
there's little-
mustard. I'm sorry.
the jar is like this big. It's like what, like
$8
like
or something.
4 ounces of like
Yeah.
brown mustard. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the yellow too. I found this nice sweet onion mustard at Fred
Nice.
Meyer. It's like a private selection brand, so it's like a house brand.
sweet onion.
Really
Wow.
good.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Of all the condiments, it's a broad statement. I'll take mustards, right? But
Yeah.
but lately, man, I'm into, and I know this totally.
Hey, I just noticed that you're wearing a really cool long sleeve shirt. What is that?
What's it say?
Soup to nuts, my favorite party game.
What? That's
so
yours?
yummy.
So yummy.
Yeah, you guys. Where can people find that?
Yeah, where can you find soup to nuts?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Oh.
Go to duncecapgames.com and get your copy today.
And can you get those shirts too?
Not this particular one, no, but there are some nice Dunce Cap Games shirts.
You know what we should do is get our favorite Carbon impersonator to do a Kyle. Because Kyle's the co-conspirator.
I always do that when we're playing board games. Kyle will roll something good, and I'll be like, "Screw you, Kyle."
You can
Going him.
It's funny. I was talking to Marianne's youngest, and his name is Kyle, and I said, so have you seen the most recent episode of South Park? I was like, I don't watch that show. I was like, really? Why? Is it? Come on, dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, right. Yeah. Kyle. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Holy shit. Where are we at? Mike, did you do number 5 yet?
I don't think so. Nope. I'm going with an ancient classic that I remember. Because for me, our top 5 is always walk down memory lane. Anyway, but Bit O' Honey.
Oh, my
yeah.
God.
I really enjoyed Bit of Honey as a kid.
Wasn't
I really
that just
did.
like a honey flavored toffee?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I remember that.
Surprisingly, not on the top of the U.S. list.
Yeah,
And it came in-
I think it's still around or made a comeback. I feel like I saw it at a dollar store not too long ago.
Yeah, same.
But
and they're in a bright yellow and black packaging.
And I think,
remember.
and it was an independent company that made that. I don't know if that's still true, but that was the
Maybe Mars bottom up or
Kind of like a Now and Later.
something like
Now
that.
they're still around too. I think.
Yeah.
I used to like
Love
those.
Yeah, I never did. Yeah.
Suck on them until they get soft enough that you can get them all jammed.
Yeah.
in your-
Yeah.
You get them jammed between your
Yeah.
teeth. Yeah.
Taffy. Taffy's, I mean, it's.
I don't really do tough
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Todd, what would your number 4 be?
The original Red Vines.
Nice.
Let me see. They've got Twizzlers on the list, but they do not have Red Vines.
Oh my god!
I
And
hate
that's when
Twizzlers.
America went bad. Yeah, no.
Twizzlers.
Yeah, no. If you prefer America, I'm talking to you. If you're going to choose Twizzler over Red Vine,
Dude,
then we need
Twizzler is
we
legitimately
need to
just
talk.
We need
wax.
We need an
It's-
intervention.
We do.
It's just
That's how
wax.
you get Trump. People.
Yeah. Eating Twizzlers.
Eating fucking Twizzlers.
Yeah.
Dude.
Thinking it's good.
When I was the theater we used to go to when I was growing up, they moved over from Red Vines to Twizzlers. When I stopped, I had them one time. I was like, dude, these are just like wax candy. This is gross.
Right. And so if you're at a movie theater and let's just say it's the same by weight, are you going with Red Vines or are you going with the red licorice rope?
Which is the same company, I think, isn't
I think
it?
so, kinda. But one's it's a different thing. So if you're getting 4 ounces of rope or a package,
Which one can I suck my Coke out of?
right?
You know,
there
the
you go.
licorice rope was not hollow.
No, it was not. So there you go.
If I had to choose between the two, it would be a very tough race. But I think I would pick the rope over the Red Vines.
But I think Charles kind of broke the ice for me there. It's the what if, just like my maple bar coffee.
It's like,
thing. It's like if I've got a soda or something to drink, some pop or something, then I'd go with a hollowed out.
The Red Vines were always the cheapest thing to get at the theater.
Because you got the whole
big
pack.
box, and I could crush that
Yeah.
thing before
You got
the
the
movie
whole
started.
And
I
I don't know, but you guys might always use it as a straw too.
Yeah.
For the soda that I got.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah, Twizzlers can go straight to hell.
Todd, what's your number? Did you just do your number 4?
That was my number 4, yeah.
That was your number 4. My number 4 was Butterfingers. So, Mike, head on over to number 3 for you, sir. Or number 4.
I'm number 4, yeah. And I'm going with either score bars or just any kind of toffee.
Okay, like a Heath bar or something like that.
Yum. They're really
The
good.
wife is huge on those.
Oh, fuck, they're good,
When
man.
we get blizzards, it's always a Heath
Yeah,
bar.
no, because it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And there's, Billy P., who was a Renton local dude from has worked at McLennan's for 2,500 years, and was a Jet City and Liberty local, but he would make every year, just around Christmas, like pounds and pounds and pounds of his homemade, like toffee. And it was good. And I would just
Nice.
fucking pound that shit. And then he'd always tell Mary,
That sounds
did you get any of the toffee or did Mike get it all? Like, I fucking ate it, dude. You know better. Why would you just hand it to me then? You're the enabler.
Why is Mike running around in circles?
Yeah.
Because he ate all the toffee.
It's so good. And I know it's just butter and sugar melted in a fucking pan.
Right, yeah, browned up
like,
and melted.
Who doesn't crave that?
Mike with his zoomies.
Yeah.
Pulling his shirt up over his head.
I'm funny. Tell me I'm funny.
Not on the list. Not on the top U.S.
Turn into cornholio.
Yeah. Todd, what would your number 3 be?
We talked about it, but Three Musketeers, you know.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not on the list.
I don't remember what the advertising was for it, but it became one of my favorites when I was, probably a preteen, because it was Butterfinger, it was Three Musketeers, and then I think the other one I had a favorite as a kid was Whatchamacallit.
Oh,
I
love the Whatchamacallit.
I liked the candy, but I thought the marketing for it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. And I love the Charleston shoes.
Oh, yeah. Did you guys ever freeze yours and eat those?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So that's the only way to do it.
Initial Charleston shoes that I would see were
The long
huge.
ones.
Yeah, the big ones, they were like 12 inches long.
candy
And
for
they
like
were
35 cents.
and they
or
were like
whatever it
this
was.
big around.
Yeah, no, it was a really
It was the
good-
biggest. It was the biggest candy bar back there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, I want the biggest thing for
Yeah.
the same price.
And how much
that's
were you
great.
paying for that? Because I remember those being like $1.
Yeah, sure. I was just throwing that out there.
But
Yeah.
I remember them being more expensive than the Butterfingers.
Yeah.
But I always got them because I liked those too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about those. I should put those on my list.
Yeah, Three Musketeers not on the list. I think I've got the first one that actually made the top U.S. list. Regular M&Ms for my number 3.
Nice.
Which ended up
Nice.
being the number 3 on the top U.S.
I had regular M&Ms, but then I remembered there's another type of M&M that I like more. So I
What's
put,
the other time? Oh, is that? Well, I don't want to break your.
no, it's my number 2. So we'll get to it.
All right.
Yeah,
We'll get to it.
M&Ms. I mean, just melt in your mouth, not in your hands.
Sure.
I remember
just popping them.
Do you remember
yeah.
the ad for it being what's his name? One of the Rat Pack, Sammy Davis Jr.
was
doing M&M ads? I didn't. I don't
I
remember
didn't
that.
remember that at all.
Yeah.
I
One
remember
of my favorite human beings of all time.
he was doing the Candyman song, and he had that in the Eminem
sure.
commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
geez,
was just
not
like in
not
the
one of my
70s.
favorite Sammy Davis Jr. songs.
I think that song was popular in like the 60s or 70s. Yeah. But I remember it. I remember the commercial, and and him singing the song.
Yeah, and M&M's is so controversial with Tucker Carlson and his ilk.
Because
I
they're
complaining
forgot
about
it. It's so
taking
dumb.
off the
Oh, my
lady
God.
shoes and putting
Yeah.
on sneakers. and-
she's
Yeah,
no
for
lo-
people who
like-
pretend that they want to, we just need to be able to be free and do what we want to do. It's like they complain about everybody else's doing
Right.
all of the time.
Really, I mean, they're really getting this bent out of shape over a cartoon girl.
No, it's just
so
outrage
she's
machine,
candy,
dude. It's a
personified
machine of-
candy.
Yeah, it's
She's
so
not.
dumb.
She's not sexy anymore. What are you doing? And
Yeah.
why are they taking away Mr. Potato Head? And why is he no longer a dude?
Yeah, no, and I was kind of the same way with Aunt Jemima controversy, etc. Right? It's just like it's a fucking ad campaign. Be mad at capitalism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't care.
That's the fucking underlying problem.
I-
Where they throw these catchy things at you to buy shit that you don't necessarily want or need.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But then you do it anyway because now you're
Well,
can't help it,
that's
right?
the only way to get noticed anymore is to have some sort of manufactured outrage. You know.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think we would probably get a lot more viewers if people were mad at us.
It's a thing. Well, you get more clicks anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying
guess
if
it's
we were to
dumb.
start,
It's dumb, and that's a problem. That's a problem.
and I'm not even joking about that. I think
Oh, yeah, no,
if we were to attack somebody and start talking shit about somebody and get their fans getting mad at us, it would more people would go, why are they mad at these guys? And we'll check it out.
And intersperse it with fart.
Dude, seriously though, that's what happened with when I was on
Just be Terrence and Phillip.
when I was on the other podcast with Jamal and Marianne. We had a guy who was mad at us because Jamal had like called him out on the podcast about saying something stupid, and he posted about it on the Facebook page for it, and he was mad because we had it up on the Facebook, and we were, causing him to lose comedy jobs and whatever else, and he came after us for an entire year.
Whoa. I think he's blaming his lack of success on you guys, right? It's like,
He said
yeah,
some
you're
really-
not sinking anybody's career on
he
that
said
show,
some
right?
really fucked up shit, and we called him
there you
out.
go. Oh, well,
we called
good
him out
you
on
then.
it.
Yeah.
And he was mad because we called him out.
He
and
didn't
then,
deny it or anything like that?
well, that's not what I meant by that, is what he kept saying. But it was either way, because of that outrage from that one person, we got a lot more downloads because people were listening to what he said, what we did to him.
Oh, all right, well.
We were just pointing out what you said, man, and it's your fault for saying it to begin with.
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't say stupid shit. And if you do, apologize for it.
Yeah, just
honestly,
own up to it and fucking walk on.
And he wouldn't. I mean, he was like, I didn't mean it that way. That's not what I meant. That's like you said it though. You should have at least apologized. And he never did. He just doubled down and stuck to it.
Mike, what would a number 3 look like for you, sir?
Well, number 3, because I was thinking of Halloween, and once in a blue, almost not quite a unicorn treat, but somebody will slip you a Pop-Tart, a package of Pop-Tarts. I've had it, and I remember being just overjoyed. It didn't even matter if it was my favorite
flavor.
It's just Pop-Tarts are always, because they were never existed in my house as a kid.
Yeah.
Right. But
did you have the knockoff brand in your house at least?
No, nothing like that at all.
Oh wow.
Never. Not once. Which whatever. But I guess I'm terribly bitter.
We were poor. We didn't have the Pop-Tarts. We had the knockoff brand, and we didn't have Kool-Aid. We had the other brand of flavored drink.
Nice. But it was just such a surprising treat.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you actually toast them, or do you just eat them straight out of the box?
Well, I've never purchased Pop-Tarts in my life, so I've never had them in my house.
Really?
So when somebody would give them to me or whatever, but so I just ate those raw. Right?
No, dude, seriously though, you should get yourself a small box. They're not that expensive, maybe like $6 or $7, but you get like I think 6 total. You get 3 packs. 2 packs in each, in like 3 or 5. Either way.
Jeez, maybe I'll put that on.
And just and put them in the toaster. In the long ways.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't do it this way because you won't be able to pull them out. But put them in long ways and then toast them. They're really good, but they're lava hot. You want to toast them, but you also don't want to eat them straight out of the toaster.
Give it a second.
Yeah, geez, after last week when we were talking about cereal, I actually went out and I was going to try to get like the multi-pack, but the only multi-pack that Fred Meyer had was like Honey Nut Cheerios. You got Honey Nut Cheerios, you got Cinnamon Toast Crunch, you got Trix, and like regular Cheerios, and I'm like, this is like the lamest ass.
Yeah, who's buying that?
Friggin' yeah. And then I saw, they've got these little snack packs of Apple Jacks, which were just little pouches, right? There were 6 little pouches. I'm like, okay, this is all I need because I can put a couple pouches, have a bowl of cereal, and it was like $5 for this. And I said, well, wait a minute. I went back over to the
box
cereal.
is $2.99.
Yeah, and I'm like, screw this. I'm getting the large box.
Yeah, and way less packaging.
And way less packaging. And paper.
You got to look at. You got to look at how much is actually in the bag that's in the box.
Yeah, there was like it was like 2 ounces or some crazy.
It's worse than buying a bag of chips because a bag of chips is mostly air. So when you get a bag, and this is also one of the reasons why I don't buy the box cereals anymore. I always buy like the multi-meal bags because they're like. Between, I think, 27 ounces and 52 ounces of cereal, depending on what size your bag you get.
Yeah, so I got the large box, got it home, had a bowl for lunch one day, and then the wife fucking discovered it. Stay out of my Apple Jacks, woman. She's like,
nope.
Guess what I found in the cupboard today? And I'm like, some Apple Jacks? And she goes, yeah, how long have those been in there? I said, I just had a craving. She's like, okay, well, I had a craving too.
Oh, my God.
Damn it, I didn't hide them well enough. I got to hide them.
You don't hide things you don't want people to eat in the kitchen.
I was in the back of the cupboard that nobody goes into.
No, seriously, you don't hide them in the kitchen, period.
She sniffed that out. She walked in the kitchen and goes, Apple Jacks.
Seriously.
Cinnamon, toasted.
This is one of the things I've learned living with roommates is you never, ever put anything in the kitchen that you want to eat and nobody else to eat. You always hide it someplace in your room.
I'm with you, Todd. It's just like...
hide it in your room, folks.
Yeah.
Well, she lives in there too. So.
Yeah, good point.
Well, I mean, you have your office. Put it in your office.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but then it seems odd.
No, I know. I'm really,
She'll see you walking.
I'm really hiding it from her.
It's like
then be
go into your office and come out with like a bowl of cereal, and you're like,
nothing to see here.
Well, did you have a bowl of cereal in your work office? Like, I was having a snack.
Yeah.
Oh, my
What did you eat? Oh, nothing.
keeping a secret from me.
Or this is what my mom used to do. She would put Post-it notes on the bags of food that she didn't want us kids to eat.
Yeah. Did it work?
So for some of us, yes. Others, not so much.
Touch it.
Mine, don't touch it.
Holy shit, where are we? You just did your number 3.
did
You did
Pop-Tarts,
Pop-Tarts.
yep.
So,
Yeah.
Todd, what would your number 2 be?
And I was kind of alluding at it earlier, but peanut butter M&Ms.
Peanut M's?
Oh,
Peanut butter M&Ms.
Oh.
I don't remember that.
They're like Reese's, but with the candy shell.
Isn't that like a Reese's Pieces?
They're bigger
Oh,
than Reese's
fuck,
Pieces.
What are these called again?
Peanut butter M&Ms. They're in an orange bag.
Okay. It's like how big is the M&M?
Well, I mean, it's like the peanut M&M size
Yeah.
But with peanut butter
with
instead
peanut
of-
butter in the center instead of the peanut.
Yeah, do Reese's Pieces have different flavors?
It's more of a
Or is it like a
crunchy,
Skittle?
isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
crunchier than the
and there's
Reese's.
no chocolate. It's just candy coated peanut. Right?
It's candy coated peanut butter.
Yeah, but no chocolate.
No, I don't believe so. No,
Yeah.
no chocolate whatsoever in the
Interesting.
center. It's the peanut butter stuff. It's the same stuff that's in Reese's Pieces. It's just bigger.
Yeah. Is there chocolate in a Reese's Piece?
No.
No,
Oh.
Just candy coated peanut butter.
Oh.
it's not even real peanut butter. But yeah,
Well, sure.
It's-
Because like a Reese's peanut butter cup has chocolate. So it's
Yes.
not really a...
Yeah.
and that's not even peanut butter in the peanut butter cups. That's powdered sugar that's got flavoring in it.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
but
Todd
they're fucking good.
Did not make the list. Peanut M&Ms made the list at number 2.
I could
which
see
is
that because America
surprising,
loves
but-
peanuts
Yeah.
and America loves
That's the
M&Ms.
yellow bag.
Was it Grover Washington and his peanut butter? Grover Cleveland. No.
George Washington Carver.
George Washington Carver. That's
He's-
what it is.
Oh, Grover Cleveland was president.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, George Washington Carver, yeah.
Yeah.
What's a pretty
Peanut
smart guy.
King, yeah. All right. Well, my
you.
number 2 is nobody's mentions Milky Way. It's simple.
No,
It's
just-
like a Three Musketeers, but you add that caramel in there.
Yeah,
It's just
very nice.
The badassest. And that didn't make the list for.
Jeez, it's been around forever.
Yeah.
It seems really successful.
And my understanding is the Milky Way. I think I said this on the main show. Is the Milky Way is called a Mars bar in the UK.
Yeah, and I still think that people, if we have any listeners in the UK, they should send us some
Yes, definitely.
candies.
Yeah, didn't we used to have a Mars bar in the U.S.? Was that
Yeah,
a
and it was
different thing
different.
then?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
All right.
it was the same name but a different product entirely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Geez, there you go.
Mike, what would a number 2 look like for
So the god of war gets 2 delicious candy treats, is what I'm hearing. Yeah. Huh. All right, let's just tuck that away for a minute.
Yeah.
Number 2 for me is we talked about earlier the cherry. No, we didn't. Cherry Jolly Ranchers.
Oh,
Yeah, one of my all-time favorites.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also not on the top list, but I
Jolly
do
Ranchers.
love a Jolly
and-
Rancher.
Yeah.
Cherry, I think, is probably the only Jolly Rancher
Me
that
too.
I like.
Yeah. The cinnamon ones were okay. The hotter cinnamon ones, but
yeah.
they weren't as good as like other
If I was going
hot
to eat cinnamon
stuff,
candy, I would get Big Red Gum.
Sure.
I get down on sour apple and watermelon, but cherry is the best.
Oh, fuck, they're
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
The water-
And that was
one
awesome
in-
because you could go to 7-Eleven or your corner store and it was like the penny candy.
Yeah.
So you could get, if you had like 20 cents, you could get 20.
Yeah,
of
you
them.
can have
There
the whole
was-
day.
Yeah.
There was like a little mom and pop, like convenience store down the street from my dad's house. It was like 6 blocks away, and I used to ride my bike down there and get like the penny candies and like the small, candy bars, and that was before like the king size candies became a thing.
Yeah.
That was back in the day. Mom would give us like on Friday night. She'd give us like $1.50, and we'd go down and get a can of Coke. We'd get a candy bar. We could get a bunch of little candies.
Yeah.
All, for like $1.50.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you were set. almost for the weekend, at least for the night.
My dad would give
depending
me
on how bingy.
between like $2 and $5, and I'd go down there and get a bunch of shit.
And then you come home and watch Kung Fu or classic westerns or something.
David Carradine Kung Fu, or are you just talking about Kung Fu in general?
Kung Fu movies, yeah.
Kung Fu in
What
general.
was it, Saturday night, late night? They had Kung Fu Theater.
Yeah, Kung Fu Theater.
Love
for
that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And KVOS Channel 12 from Bellingham or whatever.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Todd, number one for you,
Number
sir.
one?
Numero no.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Yeah, that's my number one as well.
No,
and,
good stuff,
ladies and gentlemen, that is the number one in the U.S.
Oh, really now?
Yeah.
And
Well,
there was...
is it not a Snickers? It's not number one in the
Not
United
on the
States?
list, bro.
Blows my mind.
Yeah.
There is a cookbook called like Top Secret Recipes, and one of the things that's in that book was peanut butter cups.
Nice.
And
Oh, did
how
it tell you how to whip the...
how to make them, yeah.
geez,
and
there you
like
go.
the thing that blew me away, and this is why I kept saying it, is like, because the peanut butter in those is not peanut butter; it's powdered sugar.
Yeah.
That's like
Tasty powdered
that's
sugar.
made with made with like peanut butter flavoring, and that turns it brown or that tan color, and so it looks like peanut butter.
Nice.
Yeah, that shit's good.
Yeah. Have you guys had the peanut butter cups, the big ones that have like the M&Ms in them, or the Reese's Pieces, or the
Oh,
potato
the homemade,
chips?
or they sell them?
No, they sell them at
Oh,
the
geez, no, I have not.
Yeah, I think you can find those at like the
7-Eleven or
7-Eleven,
whatever.
convenience
Yeah.
stores. And the other one that was a favorite of mine, another peanut butter one, is the peanut butter Twix. And you can only find those in gas stations and like convenience stores. They don't sell them in like Safeway or
Yeah,
Kroger.
geez, I don't know if I've had a... And do you know if all of those kind of peanut butter concoctions, those are all just that whipped...
Oh, I'm sure.
It's
right, they're not...
It's the
Because
same.
peanut butter will go rancid, right? If you can't...
Yeah,
I don't think peanut butter is that
sugar.
shelf-stable, right?
It's powdered sugar, or it's a flavored other thing.
Sure.
But I'm pretty sure it's just a powdered
They
sugar.
squeeze the anal glands of a beaver to get that.
It's the mink.
That's where they get vanillin.
Well, my number one again, peanut butter cups. Mike, finish this off.
Oh,
with your
yeah.
number
For me,
one,
just
sir.
anything homemade.
Okay.
Right, for Halloween candy, any kind of, and it's not always old ladies, but Mrs. White was the old lady down the street from us who always would do popcorn balls or caramel apples or something just some kind of homemade thing. Right?
She'd hide her weed gummies in there, and
Yeah. She was the one that was poisonous. And when she, I don't know if she died or if she just got moved to a home or whatever, but her house stayed vacant for a long time. And so we would go in there once in a while. It was spooky because, her house was vacant and it seemed like a really long time.
dude.
And she had jarred like canned goods, but canned goods to a kid in a dusty, no
Was there
electricity house.
furniture and everything.
Yeah, no, it was just vacant house.
Dude,
Wow.
Yeah.
When I was in middle school and high school, in Issaquah, people would talk about going to like the old Bundy house. I guess Ted Bundy had a house right off of I-90 someplace,
Jeez, bummer.
and people would go there and party in their
Oh,
vacant house that used to belong
Yeah,
to Ted
sure.
Bundy.
Man, oh man.
Weirdos.
Weirdos. Well, the top list that we talked about coming in at number 10 is Starburst. Do like a few of the Starburst flavors, like the cherry again.
Sure.
And the
Again,
lemon
this is
and
one of those
lime.
candies that doesn't have different flavors; it's just different colors.
Just different colors.
yeah.
Kit Kat at number 9.
Yes.
Candy corn at number 8, which everybody also has on their hated list. Coming in at 7 is Sour Patch Kids.
Wow.
Number 6, and I do like this occasionally just to get it, just a plain Hershey's milk chocolate.
Yeah, Hershey's Kisses were like my favorite.
Yeah. Coming in at number 5, we talked about Twizzlers, and nobody
Ugh.
Yeah, no way.
agrees with that. Number 4 is Tootsie Pops, also the most popular here in Washington State, apparently. 3 is regular M&Ms. 2 is peanut M&Ms, and number 1, of course, we talked about the Recess Peanut Butter Cup.
Yeah, jeez.
Now-
so how many of those did not have chocolate? Starburst.
Starburst, Candy Corn, Sour Patch, Twizzlers,
All right.
and Tootsie Pops, I guess you could say.
Twizzlers?
So half and half, right?
2,
That's something.
3, 4, 5, half
Yeah,
and
geez.
half.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys say Reese's Pieces or you say Reese's Pieces?
I say recess, and I don't know if it is, but I've always said recess, just like because I think the monkey's the same. I think it is supposed to be technically Reese's, right, by the spelling or whatever.
I think it's Reese's because that's the way I've always heard it, and only because it rhymed with pieces. Reese's Pieces.
I always say Reese's peanut butter cups and Reese's pieces.
Yeah.
So
I've heard people.
Like it rhymes with pieces.
I've heard people say recently, even heard Reese's Pieces. I was like, why is it? No,
that's
instant throat.
Yeah. yeah. Oh, sorry, I pushed you down the stairs.
To me, that's. I mean, I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but one of my housemates gives me grief every time I say soda instead of pop.
Well,
like it's not soda, it's pop. I was like, soda pop. So
it can be both. Yeah, I mean, I think it just that's a.
It's a regional thing, but as a kid, I used to call it pop until one day somebody gave me the nastiest Charlie horse and punched me hard, and I've never said pop since then.
Did something jar loose or what? Or did it because you called it a pop?
Because I said pop, and they go, "I'm going to give you a pop," and they slugged me.
Oh, geez, that's an asshole.
And I'm like, I don't remember. I don't remember who it was. It was just some kid at school.
Track him down.
Yeah.
And I just started calling him soda because somebody was like, "You don't call it pop. It's not pop. It's soda."
Yeah.
And now I'm getting the opposite from my housemate.
Yeah. As Todd, I'm with you. I was a kid. It was pop. Parents called it soda pop or just pop
or Coke.
I want a
Coke
pop.
is in the South. Like
I know a lot of people that call
Oklahoma East. Everything's a Coke. So if you go and you ask for a Coke, they say, "Okay, what flavor?"
I know people here in this state. They would say Coke. Is it, you want Pepsi or Coke? Is it Coke?
I mean, like if you want a root beer or you want an orange soda, you go and you ask for a Coke, and then they say, "What flavor?" You say orange.
Yeah. No,
Can I get an egg cream?
Yeah.
I think the people I knew would only call like colas Coke.
Yeah. I remember being in Tulsa, Oklahoma at a bar drinking soda because I was driving that night, and the waitress came up to me, older lady, but she's like, "Want another one?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Dr. Pepper?" And I'm like, "Duh, that's like a Southern thing." I said, "No, just regular Coke." I'm sure she spit in my Coke.
Oh, man. That's some kind of Southern
If you reacted that strongly to Dr. Pepper,
it just hit me weird because I'm like, Dr. Pepper. Ugh.
I actually liked Dr. Pepper for a while.
Yeah. No gracias. I prefer Dr. Fizz.
Calling Doc.
You know what's really funny is I'm almost positive of this. Back in the day, I remember somebody telling me that all the store brand colas and all the store brand sodas at Safeway were made by Coca-Cola. They just would have it. They had the store brand printed on the cans and whatever else.
I don't know if that's
maybe
true or not.
bottled by them. Not the same formula though, right?
I think it's. I think their version, at least back in the 80s, their version of their cola was the same as Coke.
Oh,
and
man,
I think
I can't imagine that.
But the ones that were different were like Fred Meyer and QFC. Their colas were definitely different than Coke, and they weren't Pepsi.
We shopped Safeway, and I think it was Craigmont. Back then.
Yeah.
And that was not Coca. That cola was not.
Yeah.
That was not Coke.
Yeah, Craigmont. Oh,
Craigmont,
man.
and then we switched to Shasta.
Yeah, I want a pop. I want a Shasta.
Dude,
so sassy.
In like
How about Fanta?
in the late 80s, I remember somebody pointing out the Shasta cans had a warning label on it that says has been shown to cause cancer in laboratory animals.
Oh, man.
And I was like, really? It's just like, yeah, don't worry about it. You're not a lab animal, so it's not going to cause any problems for
you'll
you.
Be fine.
Like, dude, it's a living thing. Of course it can cause problems.
Man.
I stopped drinking Shasta that day. I never had a
Shasta. Dude. Oh, my God.
I don't remember that brand.
Mom would do our yearly week-long vacation to Lake Chelan, and she would go get a case of Craigmont, and she would mix it up. She would get a couple cases, like 6-pack of grapes, 6-pack of cola, 6-pack of root beer, so on and so forth. And, you know, the ones that were the best were gone.
Yeah.
Immediately. But we had the cooler outside our little cabin that we rented.
Some warm cream soda left over. And just
Does anybody like cream soda?
I do vaguely remember those.
Yeah, that's it.
That's kind of their generic, I guess. Yeah.
right there.
Oh, yeah. And Scotch by. It's like, fuck, that's racist, you piece of
So,
shit.
yeah, Craigmont was the Safeway brand. It looked like the Safeway
They don't
S
call
on
it
there.
Jubai. You know what I mean? Fuck off. You can't say that.
Muhammad Soda.
Yeah, right? It's like,
And like, I guess
poor
Faygo
cheap.
was like the East Coast equivalent of the same.
Yeah,
I think so, yeah. I've been sprayed by Faygo at a Insane Clown
You went to an
show.
ICP show?
Oh, yeah, with Naomi and Lucas. It was great. And Mad Carter. It's wonderful.
Wow.
I wouldn't call it wonderful, but it was a fun.
it was.
I would think that would be like, it would probably be a very exciting show, but I don't know if I would be entertained as much as I would be like people watching.
Yes, it's the whole package. It's the whole package because the folk are into it.
Dude, I recently, like a couple weeks ago, saw a video of Violent J on a podcast, and then like this physicist who does the Cosmo.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson
That's
shost
nice.
up, and,
Oh my God,
and the
that's
host
great.
says, "I know Jay has a question for you. It's about magnets."
Nice.
Gee.
And if you're not aware, they have a song that's like, "Magnets, how do they work? Is it magic?"
Nice. ICP, they have a number of films. They're bonkers.
Dude,
Oh my God.
I mean, their movies are like the
I mean, they're B minus C movies. They're great.
they're like Z grade movies,
Yeah.
man. They're
Oh,
so
it's
bad.
great.
There's terrible acting and like horrible special effects, if there's special effects.
Yeah, no, I love
You
it.
know,
Man.
I think you can find those on Tubi right now. All those movies, Tubi TV.
All right, guys. Well, happy Halloween to you.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, happy
Call
Halloween.
it a show.
All right. Thank you,
And
thank
we'll
you,
see
thank
you
you,
all
thank
next
you,
week.
thank you.